guard by freshman center Othella Harrington have been on an elevator ride their last 4 games, up against UConn, down against UNLV, then up against Seton Hall, then down again against Boston College. They were up for this one at least going in against the Redmen, but too many first-half turnovers. Chanel Scott for the slam dunk, 15 first-half turnovers. Second half, Hoyas down 6. Othella Harrington muscling the board, gets it to go, cuts the lead to 2. And then the hook shot from Harrington, who had 21. The Hoyas up 2. St. John's answers with a 16-0 run. David Payne, the bullet pass to Lamont Middleton. And then Chanel Scott fighting, tips it in. He had 19 points, and the Hoyas get frustrated. Watch Lamont Morgan mix it up, shoving Charles Menlin through the cheerleaders and into the seats. And that will get you a technical and not much else. Sergio Luke, a three-pointer, 11th on the team in minutes. He had a career-high 11 to lead St. John's again to fatten their first-place lead in the Big East. They've won 7 of their last 8. They had the rebound advantage over Harrington and the Hoyas, 43-31. Miami of Ohio with a 1-point halftime lead. Matt Kramer had 21 in the game, including that 3. But Lizelle Durden rallies the Bearcats, scored all 15 of their points in an 8-minute span. Cincinnati had to battle back and get into overtime for Bob Huggins. In the OT, Nick Van Exel, who did not have a field goal made in the first half, had 9 points in the overtime, and Van Exel leads 4th-ranked Cincinnati to the victory.
See what happens is Norm Stewart and Roy Williams reacquaint themselves with one another. Norm hasn't had much luck in Lawrence, but his team was out to take out Rex Walters and the Jayhawks. But Walters readied himself and came right back, makes the strip from Melvin Booker, who put him into that back support, and he makes the pass ahead to Richard Scott. They're on their feet and jamming and Fog Ellen, and they blow out Missouri. William & Mary as the Tribe goes out of conference, and William & Mary comes up big. Matt Berkey with the 3, but Damon Watlington answers for the Hokies, who led by a tray at the break. Second half, Thomas Elliott with authority. He had 19. Tech starting to wave goodbye to the visiting Tribe, but they had one last run left in them. Kurt Small on the drive and got the banker to go. It's a 1-point game. Now watch Small at the bottom of your screen. Wide open, cutting underneath, double pumps, couldn't get it to fall. That would be crucial because on the next trip down the floor, Sean Good with a jumper got the foul and they put it away.
Coach Tom Davis saw the game seesaw in the first half. Illinois began to make a move. Brooks Taylor zipping into Deion Thomas. That's career basket number 500 for him. Then from the outside, Andy Kaufman. Illinois up by 5 at the break, but Iowa goes to their main man, A.C. Earl, with 2 of his 19. That put Iowa ahead by 2, but the game was tied at 75. Closing seconds, that's when the Hawkeyes get a break. A.C. Earl's shot, watch it, actually comes off the rim and tipped back in by Illinois' Deion Thomas. Iowa led by 2, 1.5 seconds left. One last try for Illinois.
He's got to come in quick. Comes into Kaufman. He might get a shot. It's up. It's up!
Bedlam in Champaign, the senior Andy Kaufman pulling off every player's dream, that game-winning play. Pacific's Tony Amundsen pulling up for the 3. Tigers surprisingly up by 7 early against the Rebels. Second half, J.R. Ryder doing his thing, being himself, coming up big with a steal. Then watch him talking some trash as he goes in for the bucket. J.R., don't talk trash. UNLV was only up by 4. Then Pacific went on to take the game away from the Rebels. Glenn Griffin leading the charge, an 8-zip run. The crowd sensing something good. Rolly Massimino concerned. Pacific ahead by 4 seconds left. Ken Gibson tries for the 3, doesn't go. Robert Richardson sends it the other way. What's going on? Pacific coming through with the upset of the 10th-ranked Rebels, 62-56. The last time UNLV lost to NC State tried getting there with 3s. Marcus Wilson leading the Wolfpack. They were up by 11 in the first half, but the Deacons became energized in the second half. Rodney Rogers with a power surge. He scored 21. Randolph Childress shows us why he is the ACC's leading scorer. He had 20 points, 5 threes, leading Wake Forest to the win, and Dave Odom just ecstatic about his 100th win at Wake Forest. It was Corey Alexander tough on Maryland in the first half. Alexander from 3-point range. All net. Alexander draining another 3. He was 5 of 6 from there on the night, 27 points. Gary Williams needing a spark for the Terps, trailing by 3 at the half. Kevin McClinton, that spark with the steal, goes in for 2. We're tied at 62. Fans in Terptown going nuts. Then Doug Smith pulling up here for the 3 with 1.5 to play. Virginia led by 3 late. Last chance for Maryland, down by 1 though. X3 hips try, no good. No win for the Terps. No kidding, Gary Williams. They come up short. Maryland does 70-68. Best, the big man, as usual, the big steal, takes it the other way for the easy bucket. 2 of his 15. Tech up by 6 at the half. It looked good, but it looked bad here. Scary moment. Clemson's Kevin Hines gets hit on the head by James Forrest. He looks in a daze, and then he just goes down hard. He was hospitalized overnight with a concussion. Second half, Clemson jumps out to an 11-point lead. Chris Whitney with a steal in the lay-in. And then Devin Gray just puts the game away for Clemson. Yeah, Bobby Cremens here in the booze as Tigers beat Georgia Tech in a surprise 83-80.
It's actually 5 Utes, and they're ranked 21st for Rick Majerus. First half freshman Mike Raldach with the three-pointer. Utah with a 5-point lead. And then Byron Wilson feeding Josh Grant for the lay-in. Utah runs out to a 13-point lead at the break. Second half off the loose ball. Wilson saving it to Grant. Back to the freshman Rydalch, who had 16 in the game, and the Utes run out to a 21-point lead. Then Wilson capping it baseline. The Utes 11-0 at home, yet he's
tired the jersey of Chris Street. Street's family requested the tribute take place before the Indiana game. You see the Hawkeyes there, but Bobby Knight kept his Hoosiers in the locker room during the ceremony. To the game, AC Earl inside hits the hook. Iowa by 8 early. Damon Bailey, though, the no look pretty to Todd Leary. Bobby Knight's team up by 1 at the half. Second half, Calbert Cheney unreal in this game, 12 of 15 from the field. Cheney then with a pull-up. He had 27 on the night. It gave the Hoosiers a 3-point lead late. But AC Earl working hard inside, hits the bucket, 16 for Earl. Late in the game, Indiana by 3. Cheney finds Matt Nova for the hoop. Indiana ends up winning it by 7. They complete a season sweep of the Hawkeyes to remain unbeaten in the Big Ten. There to watch Nick Van Exel do some spectacular things like this shot. Van Exel with 20 points on the day, but Larry Finch's Tigers were up by 12 at the half. More Memphis State. Anthony Douglas, the baseball pass to Anthony Hardaway to Billy Smith for the jam. Smith with 27. More Hardaway. Look at this, the great steal. And then check out the no-look behind the back pass to Leon Mitchell for the easy bucket. Hardaway, believe it or not, had the flu. It didn't matter. The Tigers end up winning this one by 2. Cincy's rally came up short, and their winning streak ends at 14. Besides the big night for Billy Smith, Anthony Douglas had 4. Some revenge on their minds against Vandy. Cats trailed early, though, but, you know, that was temporary. Travis Ford, the great pass to Jamal Mashburn. Mashburn had 17 points. Kentucky by 10 at the break. Second half, not much different. Watch Roderick Rhodes. Elbow, he hits Kevin Anglin in the face. The shot falls, painful play. Tyrone Riddick swats Bruce Elder. Mashburn picks up the loose ball, goes the other way. Nice pass to Travis Ford. 1 of 4 threes for Mr. Ford. Kentucky wins this one big, 82-67. Ford with 14 points, 9 assists. And that's where the Pirates were trying to look like a top 25 team for a change. 20 seconds left. Walker, the drive, he scores. The game is tied. His free throw put the Hall up by 1. It looked good for Seton Hall, but 5 seconds left. Malcolm Huckabees, check it out. Watch him with his wild shot. He misses it, but guess who's there? Billy Curley for the follow. That's the game winner for the Boston College Eagles. They win it by 1. More Big East action. Miami coach Leonard Hamilton had Syracuse right where he wanted them. Gardner, the drive, the dish to Constantine Popa. Popa had 20. With time running out, though, Popa will seal the deal. Another slam. Yeah, Constantine doing it up. Miami wins by 7. Number 5, Duke visiting South Bend. No problem. Second half, Monty Williams makes the great one-hand grab, slamming it down. Irish down by just 4, though. But Bobby Hurley comes through, as he usually does, nails the 3, gets fouled. Big deal, right? Duke wins it easily by 17. To Chapel Hill we go. North Carolina's Brian Reese out with a sprained back against the Wolfpack. His replacement, this guy, Pat Sullivan. Check out this steal. Oh, I'll take that ball. And he goes the other way. Makes it look so easy. Easy bucket. State had 30 turnovers in this game. Donald Williams makes almost an identical steal. Takes it the other way. Tar Heels recorded the most points ever against NC State. They win it 104-58. Florida State visiting Jim Calhoun's Huskies. Scott Burrell, the great feed to Danielle Marshall. Marshall had a career-high 26 points, but Rodney Dobard also had 26, including 2 on this slam, and the Seminoles win this easy by 12. Over to Landover we go. Providence looking for a way to beat Georgetown. Time running out. Joey Brown, his drive, he scores a tough bucket, and he gets fouled. The game goes to OT, tied at 57. In the extra period, Tony Turner makes the only field goal of the extra period. Hoyas were 0 for 10 from the field, including that air ball. Providence wins by 8. In Stillwater, Billy Tubbs' Sooners in big trouble. Fred Burley filling the lane and filling the net with a monster dunk. Cowboys pull off the shocker, 83.
A team that was just coming off one of their worst defeats of the year, losing to Iowa State by 27. Adonis Jordan, Richard Scott. Kansas led it by 9 at halftime. Looked like they were going to blow this one wide open, but the Huskers on a 17-3 run. Terrence Badgett takes it the distance, and the Huskers have a 3-point lead. The Huskers fighting to hang on. Jamar Johnson, the pull-up for 3. And nothing but the bottom of the net. Huskers up by 2. 30 seconds to go. Jayhawks down by 2. Rex Walters, no. Badgett comes up with a rebound. Danny Nee says, how about a couple of free throws? Badgett would miss both free throws. Less than 20 ticks to go. Walters a chance to tie it. Darren Chandler takes it the other way. Badgett redeems himself.
Oh, what a way to finish it! Sledgehammer man! Celebration! Whoa! Whoa!
If you're quoting Dick, he said, whoa, whoa. 68-64 the final. Nebraska picks up the victory. Whoa, whoa, baby. Chandler, 19 points, 14 rebounds. First half action, Purdue trying to get it in and goes off Weber. Ray Jackson says, thank you. Michigan up by 4. Wolverines show Purdue how it's done. Jackson, Weber, Riley, Michigan by 6. Then Purdue loses the ball. Jimmy King, who had 24 on the afternoon, as the Wolverines build up a 15-point lead. So Glenn Robinson says, all right, guys, if you get it in bounds, I'll take over. Robinson does for 3. Good. Robinson for 3. Good. Robinson for 3. Good. Boilermakers pulled within 6, but Michigan pulled away. Jimmy King finds Jalen Rose, and the Wolves back up by 11. One more highlight if we can. Eric Riley, Chris Weber, Rose, Weber. 84-76 the final. They seem to toy with you. Every game's a highlight reel. He needs to get the transition game going. Well, he does. Damon Stoudemire back to Khalid Reeves, and he gets the lay-in. Luke says, if you guys get in, I want some pressure. Chris Mills, Reggie Geary, back to Mills, and he knows what to do with it from there. Luke says, penetration, please. Well, Geary says, all right, coach. Khalid Reeves, he had 23. Second half, Jason Kidd came on strong. Great ball fake. Then he pulls up. He doesn't have a great outside shot, we're told, right? Nothing but the bottom of the net. He had 27, a career high. Arizona would prevail. Kidd misses the 3 this time around. Ed Stokes the rebound. The outlet to Khalid Reeves, who will lay it in at the other end. And do not try that at home without supervision. The final 93-81. The Wildcats have won 13 in a row, 15 of their last 17, but more importantly,
An Owl team that's been struggling and had no answer to stopping this guy. Rodney Rogers with a huge afternoon in Philadelphia. From way outside, even from long range, he ended up hitting 13 of his 18 shots. They started looking for him all afternoon. Can't get any closer than that. The jam inside from Derek Hicks. Now the defense, he makes the steal, but they only have one option at this point. Behind the back from Charles Harrison, Rogers slams that home. John Chaney concedes that there's no stopping Rogers, who gets ahead of the pack and jams again. 34 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 assists. A spectacular game, and part of his defensive effort helped for the lane. The Green Wave doing well. Then Green, the steal, gets it ahead to Pointer Williams, who puts a couple of more points on the board. Jeff Mullen's not happy. His team losing by 8 at home at the half. Then the steal. The 49ers bounce back. Cedric Broadhurst jamming. Time running down. Tulane by 2. The 49ers come in, but it won't fall. Bershwan Thompson, Rodney Odom, Jarvis Lane gets the tip. They go to overtime. Tulane with the miss. 49ers looking to break the press. They get it ahead. There's somebody open. Long to Jarvis Lang, and the jam, and Mullen's team pulls it out in overtime, 68-64. And Austin hosting LSU in San Antonio's hemisphere. The Tigers with the steal get it ahead to Andre Owens. A huge start for the Tigers, 18-0. Tom Penders wondered if his team was going to get shut out, but Texas cuts the lead in half. Terrence Rensher with the foul. Get it within reason. It's 48-40 at the break. Then it's Jamie Brandon again. He slashes for 2, and now it's an 8-0 run in the second half. Texas responds with 13-2 run. Al Coleman, Lamont Hill, Tony Watson from long range. Suddenly it's a 3-point game. Theo Brown better take off that jacket and loosen up his tie for a tight one. But the 3 from Tommy Penders won't go. And LSU hangs on to win it on the road, 84-81. In fact, the coach's son had a run. The Mountaineers on a big run early with the defense. Marsalis Basie, Mike Boyd finishes it off, 13-0. And what's going on here? The Rams crowd wondering when they're going to get back in it. Well, get it to Abdul Fox. The little baby J. URI up 2 at the break, and then they go to the bomb squad, and that's more Fox. Abdul again and again.